Over the weekend, President Trump took control of the California National Guard without a request from the California governor to deploy those troops to the LA protests against immigration raids. This is a move that we haven't seen in this country in 60 years. The last time we saw anything like this here was in 1965, when the president sent federal troops in to protect civil rights demonstrators. This time, it was to protect federal buildings and personnel. In general, the National Guard is unique in the United States military. It can serve in both a state active duty capacity or in a federal capacity, sort of as a hybrid. They can be used for things like supporting during a natural disaster or even deploying overseas to a combat area. But the rules and the laws governing the National Guard may be confusing to a lot of people. An 18th century wartime law called the Insurrection Act is one of the ways that the president can use to invoke the National Guard. But in this case, he didn't do that.
Are you prepared to invoke the Insurrection Act?
Depends on whether or not there's an insurrection. No, but you have violent people.
Instead, he federalized part of the California National Guard in a status known as Title X status. That means that he, the president, is at the top of the chain of command rather than the state's governor. There are actually 3 different ways that the National Guard can be used under Title X status. In the case of California, the White House is saying that the protesters are actually forming a rebellion against the United States. But the state of California says that is not true, calling these actions unprecedented and unsupported by the conditions on the ground.